When you want something you've never had, you have to do something that you've never done. Have you ever felt like you have gotten caught up in an infinite loop in any area of your life? You know, those times when you feel like you have been working really hard and trying to get things to fall in place, but for whatever reason, you're stuck and you're not getting the results you want. Well, I have definitely experienced my fair share of infinite loops. I was a master at complaining about situations and why things weren't working. I was even really good at being able to describe exactly where I wanted to be. But I wasn't really doing anything different that was going to break me out of the infinite loop and get me different results. In fact, for the most part, I was essentially doing the same things, but expecting somehow or some way things would eventually fall into place differently than they had before. I was finding excuse after excuse as to why I was stuck, and they all made perfect sense to me. But honestly, they were just excuses that justified me repeating the same pattern and not doing all the things I could have to get me to the new place I wanted to be. You know that good old quote, "You can have results or excuses, but not both." It was literally playing out that way in my own life. Well, you know what I decided? I'm so done with infinite loops in all areas of my life. Of course, I want you to join me. It's time to break through each and every one of them, and that means we have to be on the lookout for them, because oftentimes they are not easy to see. They can exist under our radar, especially if they don't make us uncomfortable enough, or if we have somehow convinced ourselves that is just how life goes. But nothing could be further from the truth. We are all meant to break out of every single one of these infinite loops. Life is not about working really hard and trying to do what you're supposed to day after day just to end up disappointed and not have any results. Those aren't the endings we are looking for, and those also aren't the endings we are meant to have. The key is to decide you are no longer going to tolerate being trapped in any infinite loops, and get serious about changing things up so that you can free yourself from the day-to-day conundrum. Choose to do things differently. You've got to change things up and literally do things differently than you have been. It's time to get creative and find the way out. Search for solutions, work with new people, find information that will help you. Ask yourself, what can I do differently today? And then go and do it. Yes, it's important to say that you want things to change, but the real question is, what are you actually doing to make that happen? Well, today is the day to start. Live mindfully, live engaged, and live today better than yesterday. It's just a matter of decisions and the actions to make them happen in your own life. If you enjoy these talks, if you have topics you would like to learn more on, please drop me a comment below. I'm more than happy to pick up a subject and share my experiences and my learning on that subject. As always, peace and love, Jim.